With colour being the hottest trend around the world today, I'm sure right at the moment you are admiring spring flowering bulbs as they're at their absolute best. And of all the spring flowering bulbs, tulips have to be the most spectacular. With their perfect cup flowers and their wonderful palette of colours, they are absolutely gorgeous. But do you know the story behind the tulip? Most people look at the tulip thinking it's a Dutch bulb, but the truth is the Dutch kidnapped it from Turkey, where the original species grow wild still today in high country. Species are found throughout northern Africa and as far east as China, and the Ottoman Empire seemed to be the first to describe them as tulipa, as translated in English. It was, of course, the Dutch that actually made them famous. Between the years of 1634 and 1670, something really remarkable happened in Belgium and the Netherlands. You see, people became crazy about tulips. They were spending a whole month's salary just to buy a basic one. They also started speculating with the breeders that they'd be able to breed something even more wildly beautiful that in 2 years' time would actually sell for more than what they invested in. This was the beginning of the world's first stock exchange. Now, it all went really well until 1671, when they had a really bad wet season and a lot of the bulbs rotted in the ground. At that point, people tried to sell their shares, these stocks in these bulbs that no longer existed, and of course they couldn't. And that was the world's first stock market crash. Thankfully, growing tulips today is far less costly, and surprisingly, they do exceptionally well in most parts of southern Australia because they love a wet winter and dry summer. This display is located in WA at the Araluen Botanical Garden in the Perth foothills, 45 minutes from the city. The display this year features over 120,000 bulbs in bloom, and they're celebrating the significance of the Turkish and Dutch influences in developing this gorgeous bulbous flower for home gardens. If you want to grow your own tulips at home, now is not the time to plant them, it's the time to enjoy the flowers. Buy your bulbs in February from a reputable dealer and pop them into the crisper at 4 degrees Celsius for the month before planting them, well, in mid-April, early May. The truth of the matter is the average tulip bulb's only going to live for about 3 years, or certainly produce flowers over a 3-year period, so replacing them regularly makes an awful lot of sense. And if you didn't know, they have to be one of the ultimate in Australian water-wise plants. You see, they require water during the winter months, which in most Australian states is when we get most of our rainfall. And of course, during the summer, they go dormant. So adding a tulip garden into your backyard or front yard is a brilliant idea.